We are live. We are live. Welcome to college football's peek around the corner with your host. Hold on a second. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. The studio is falling apart. My voice is gone from screaming at the TV. We have open line Friday night. Once this Georgia and Georgia Tech game has come to a completion. 27-13, the Rambling Wreck of Georgia Tech has the lead. They've had the lead the whole game. Haynes King, I bow down to you, sir. What an effort. What a game. What a gut check. What a performance. Haynes King, Georgia Tech, Jamal Haynes, Singleton, Rutherford, Rutledge on that great old line that they've got. Georgia's got the ball down 14 now. Look, Georgia's going to the SEC championship game. They're going to play the winner of the Longhorns and the Aggies. If Georgia loses this game and loses the SEC game, they're not going to the playoffs. I know, I get it. The committee's not going to punish the teams that lose in the championship game. But come on. Come on, man. And look, that Clemson-South Carolina game tomorrow. Because I believe the winner of that game jumps over Alabama. Jumps over Ole Miss. I know Ole Miss defeated South Carolina early in the season. But Ole Miss, come on. That Clemson That Clemson-South Carolina game, holy smokes. Sean is absolutely correct, in my opinion. Carson Beck dumps it off. Is that Frazier? Is that Frazier? No, it's not. No, it's not Frazier. My bad. My voice is gone. I do apologize. I've been yelling and screaming all night. I've been yelling and screaming all day. I was yelling and screaming during the Gopher Badger game. But it's not going to matter, because at the conclusion of this game, no matter how it goes, we are going to open up the phone lines. You guys are going to talk. You guys are going to talk. What does this mean? What does it all mean? Pass complete. Carson Beck warming up finally. This game's not over, Jamie Thornton. I think Sankey probably needs to change his underwear. Sankey did go to bat. Did go to bat for his teams. Carson Beck back to pass. Incomplete. Look, in Georgia has done it again today. Drop pass here, drop pass there, their drop pass, their drop pass, everywhere a drop pass. It's been happening all season. I don't understand it. Carson Beck back to pass. Dumps it off. Georgia Tech is giving them a lot of room. Cash Jones. First down, Georgia. 4 minutes to go. Georgia still has 3 timeouts. Haynes King looking at the sideline. Jimmy Austin, absolutely. If Georgia loses this game, they're going to have to win the SEC to get in. Now Georgia knows how Nuss feels. John Till, remember my super chat yesterday? Georgia Tech will win. Thank you for your super chat of yesterday and today, John. Thank you so much for your support. Touchdown, Georgia! Oh boy.
Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Thank you all for coming on in. This is going to be a post game. We're going to be talking about how the Georgia Bulldogs survived, or we're going to be talking about Greg Sankey's nightmare has come alive. John Dry is in the house. Jimmy is here. Ray, SEC. Skaven, yes, live show. Skaven should be what? Oh, jeez. Iowa just kicked a 53-yard field goal. Iowa just won the game. Iowa has defeated Nebraska 13-10. I would like to know from Skaven, yes. What is the steam? Where is Nebraska going bowling? Has there been any steam on where they are going bowling? Skaven, yes. Let us know if there's any steam on where they are going. The Cornhuskers are going bowling. The toilet book, come on. Okay, here we go. Georgia, they're kicking it off. 3:39 to go. 3 timeouts for Georgia. They've had a struggle stopping the Georgia Tech. Haynes King keeping the ball. Jamal Haynes, Rutherford, Singleton. The tight end, they're running it back. Georgia Tech is running it back. Get down, young man. First down and 10. Georgia Tech. Thank you, Nathan. Phenomenal Hebrew. What the hell kind of defense was Georgia Tech playing? What is my... 'Cause, 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 I think we're going to the Duke Mayo Bowl or to Nashville. Music City Bowl. But maybe not, because if the Buckeyes beat the Michigan Wolverines, you know, they might take Michigan and jump Minnesota. So we'll see. I think we're going to be playing the Duke Mayo Bowl or Music City, but we might get jumped. The Big Ten does have a little wiggle room. West Virginia keeps winning. Here we go. First down and 15. Georgia Tech, they need a couple first downs. They give it off to, I think that's Singleton. Got nothing. Couple yards. Second and 13. Illinois and Iowa will get Alabama and Georgia in our bowls. No, I think it's, well, we'll see what happens with Georgia. Remember, you got Ole Miss out there too. You got Ole Miss out there. You got South Carolina. If Georgia Tech loses, you can place it on that goofy prevent defense. Here we go, second and 13. Haynes King back to pass. What a throw. What a throw. It's third and short. What a throw by Haynes King. It's third and short. And Alabama, they could lose absolutely. Wow, what a throw. Jeez. It's too bad that Georgia Tech is going to lose most of the offensive line for next year. That's too bad. We'll see what they can do, who they're going to bring up. Can they get somebody in the portal? That's a first down. He got it. They're calling it a fumble. Georgia's got the ball. Georgia's got the ball. Georgia, 2 minutes to go. It would have been a first down. Yeah, that's a fumble, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fumble. Richard L., no. Citabas, no, good Lord. Morgantown, Morgan, damn. Dave, locked on Wisconsin, kicked me out of the chat. Thank you for the super chat, Dave Valinsky. Appreciate it. Thank you for your super chat. If my team wins tomorrow, I hope we go to Detroit. Thank you, Larry. Yeah, the Gophers won. I've also heard later today, after the Gopher game, that we are going to keep the North Carolina hot board as John Summerall, number 1, Matt Campbell, number 2. PJ Fleck is still not on the hot board. It doesn't look like he is one of the top waves. We got some information a few hours ago I don't think PJ Fleck is going to end up at North Carolina. But we're working on the third name. In the Matt Campbell, we got the Matt Campbell situation. We've got conflicting information. I'm just going to put that out there. Conflicting information. Arthur Smith, I think we're getting close to putting in as number 3 on the hot board, or possibly number 2. We're not going to quite do it yet. We'll talk about it more tomorrow on a Saturday college football. But right now, it's still John Summerall, number 1, Matt Campbell, number 2, and Arthur Smith might be number 3. Helmer Henderson, thank you for your super chat. Come on, Georgia Tech. Well, they're up by 7, but they just lost a fumble. 2 minutes to go. Georgia is in 4 down, right? They're going to go for it on 4th if they have to. Is Campbell going to Ohio State? No, he's not going to Ohio State. Minnesota doesn't want to play Texas Tech. That I agree. The doomsday scenario, well, it is a nightmare scenario right now, but Georgia got the football. A big, hard hit. Haynes King lost it. Here comes Georgia. Thank you, Helmer Henderson. I don't think there's going to be a watch party tomorrow. There's going to be a open line. We're going to talk about all the games that are going on. I will not have a voice tomorrow anyways. We're going to be on the air for quite a bit. Thank you, Helmer Henderson. Appreciate it. Just keep your head on a swivel. John Till, Dave Valinsky, Helmer Henderson, thank you guys so very much. Here we are, Georgia. We thought the lines would already be open and we'd be talking about a Georgia Tech victory, but no, here comes the Bulldogs. 32-yard line. Back to pass. He tries to scramble out of there, got a couple yards, got about 3 yards. 2nd and 7. I do not know. Keep your head on a swivel. I'm going to, for right now, I'm going to project 4 o'clock Eastern is when we're going to start our show tomorrow. 4 o'clock Eastern. 3 o'clock Central. Iowa got their win. I think they're going to Tampa. Yeah, Wisconsin's schedule is very difficult next year. I did look at it. Very difficult. 27-20. Nebraska's schedule is more difficult next year. Carson Beck hit where he throws. They're throwing a PI. He did get that was pass interference. If the defensive back would have just turned his head and played for the ball, but he did not. He did not. Georgia Tech. Skaven, yes. Probably the guaranteed rate bowl. First down and 10. Georgia trying to tie this game up. Their 14-yard line. Beck is going to keep it. Georgia Tech is trying to strip the ball. It's second and goal. Second and goal. Again, at the conclusion of this game, it's going to be open line Friday night. Open line Friday night. Knocked down. I don't know. I was going to the Reliant Bowl, the Outback Bowl. The Outback Bowl is the old name of it, or the Citrus Bowl. They're going to one of those two, and I think Illinois is going to the other. Iowa and Illinois can figure that out. I don't think we're going to go to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. But who knows? Back to pass. Carson Beck. He's rolling on no! He got it. First down. Carson Beck. You cannot leave that guy. Oh. Okay, so, Iowa back to the... I think the Gophers got a shot to go to the Mayo Bowl or the Music City Bowl. It depends on what the Big Ten wants to do with Michigan. They might have Michigan jump over Minnesota. Georgia about to tie this up. Touchdown!
Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're still going to open up the lines at the conclusion of this game. Wow. Iowa 13, Nebraska 10. Utah 21, UCF 7. Georgia Tech 27. Georgia 27. Georgia Tech will have a minute to go. 2 timeouts remaining. 2 timeouts remaining. There's still a minute left for Georgia Tech. I don't think they should just play for overtime. I think you got to go for it. Movie Time Blues, Sankey breathing a sigh of relief. Phenomenal Hebrew, ridiculous. Tumasta, hell of a game. All I know is Dylan Raiola threw a beautiful pass Nyler, whatever his name is, number 18, it went right through the guy's hands. He was going to streak. I don't know if he would have scored a touchdown, but college football 2024, totally drunk. Caleb Johnson with an incredible 72-yard run for a touchdown for Iowa to tie that, tie the game. Unbelievable play by Caleb Johnson. Here we go, 1:01 to go, Georgia Tech. Haynes King gets a couple yards. What is Georgia Tech going to do here? They're going to let the clock run? Get up to the line. Get up to the line. Let's go. What's going on? Screen pass. Okay. You got 2 timeouts remaining. You can't let the clock run anymore. You cannot let the clock run anymore. Timeout, Georgia. Timeout, Georgia. Expedition Greg, let's go Tech. Woo! Oh my God! Can Georgia Tech get into field goal range? I would roll Haynes King out. Roll him out. Give him a run-pass option. Roll him out. Or Jamal Haynes with the wheel route. Jamal Haynes out of the backfield again. Yep, there's Jamal Haynes. Good tackle. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Third and 10 with 13 seconds to go. We're getting close to overtime here, guys. Close to overtime. Roll him out. Roll Haynes King out of the pocket. Let's go. Roll him out. Nah, that's not going to do it. Nah. What do you do here? 7 seconds to go. 62-yard field goal attempt. 62-yarder. 62-yarder. Send the young man. Haynes King, do a quarterback draw. Then call the timeout. And then send the kicker out. Two Master says go for the kick. Connecticut fan, kick the field goal. Stephen McNeely, Hail Mary. I don't even think Haynes King can get it there. He's too beaten up. He's too beaten up. Rock and Rant, try to get 10 more yards. The kicker sucks. The Yellow Jackets, the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. 4th and 1. 27-27. I don't know. What do you guys do here? A quarterback push, then a timeout. A quarterback push, then a timeout. Pass and go out of bounds. Well, they got 2 timeouts. They don't have to go out of bounds. Their timeouts are not the issue. You slip the ref another Benjamin. Oh, well, you still got 1 timeout. So, here we go. Second timeout, Georgia. Georgia calls the second timeout. Here we go. Batted down. Now Georgia has the ball. 4 seconds to go. Oh, boy. Georgia can escape Athens with a win, with a Hail Mary or a victory in overtime. It was 27-13. It was 27-13. And Georgia Tech had stopped Georgia, but they called a PI, pass interference, on a 4th down in the end zone on Georgia Tech. Georgia was able to score and then get a fumble and able to score 27-27. Thank you all for joining us on a Friday night open line. We are going to open up the lines after this game. Take your phone calls. Georgia Tech. Is Georgia about to escape with a victory? Going for the Hail Mary. Fumble. Going in overtime. Is Carson Beck okay? His arm got hit. His shoulder. Going in overtime. Jan, I don't care who hates who, but this is college football that I love. Absolutely. Absolutely. I thought we would have the phone lines open by now, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This game's going into overtime. Unbelievable. There is some controversy I'm reading about right now. Something to do with the Iowa linebacker Higgins talking about how Matt Rule did something that he's never seen before. And I don't know if it was not allowing the captains to shake hands or what happened. There is some controversy, but I don't have time to check on it right now. But if you know about it, let me know in the chat room or with a phone call at the conclusion of this game. Georgia Tech 27, Georgia 27. What did you think of the Glenn Mason years? They were interesting. They had some really good players, had a couple really good seasons. Maroney and Barber, fantastic. But Glenn Mason lost too many games when the Gophers were far, far ahead of their opponent. Glenn Mason's Gopher teams were pretty good first half teams and incredibly bad second half teams. But it was okay. Not as good as the Fleck years, but okay. Immaculate. I think I know why Greg will bring it up in a call. Thank you, Immaculate. Jose says the leading with the crown of the helmet caused the fumble. Thank you, Hammer Henderson, for your super chat, for your generosity once again. I cannot wait till we can open up the phone lines because my voice is going, and gone. No, I did not. I was in the studio screaming my lungs out when the Gophers beat the Badgers. And I've been screaming all day at these football games. Especially this one. Before we even came on live. (27-27). Greg put the freeze on Georgia Tech. Is Carson Beck? I think he might got a little injury. It's that elbow. That elbow got a little kink in it after he got hit. Georgia Tech won the coin toss. That means Georgia is going to start with the football. 27-27 overtime. At the conclusion of the game, the phone lines are going to open up. A decent cutback. Got a few yards out of that. Georgia Tech covered it well. 2nd and 7. I'm surprised Phillips is the guy who got the ball here first. Where's Frazier? Where is Frazier for Georgia? Number 3. Watch for Delp. Watch for number 7. Watch Delp, the tight end. Delp's in motion. A pitch out. 3rd down. 3rd and 5. You need to throw the ball to the guy with the surest hands. That's not Lovett. That's not a lot of these guys for the Bulldogs. Number 7 is in the slot. Up top. Up top. Right there. Delp, number 7. 3rd and 6. First down. Went the other way. Cash Jones again out of the backfield. Carson Beck is money in crucial situations. Wow. Nitwit not watching anymore. Nitwit, he's throwing in the towel. Georgia Tech already won the game. Shotgun, split back, Cash Jones. Cash, they faked it to Cash. Touchdown, Georgia. All the pressure is on Georgia Tech. Georgia is about to break the hearts of the Rambling Wreck, Georgia Tech. The game was almost over a couple of times. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Utah 28, UCF 7. 28-7. Georgia, this is not good news. This is not good news for Clemson. This is not good news for South Carolina. If GT scores, do they go for 2? Georgia Tech, they need to score a touchdown. You got 4 downs to get your first down here. Georgia Bulldogs can smell it. They can smell victory. A pre-snap penalty on Georgia Tech. Wow. Refs remain undefeated. Sankey will call into your show. I think Sankey's busy. I think he's absolutely busy right now. (34-27), first down and 15. My goodness, it's going to be 2nd and 1. Georgia Tech calls the right play to Big Haas. Great execution. My goodness. 2nd and 1. Is Georgia Tech going to take a shot here? No, but they get the first down. Georgia Tech gets the first down. Woo! At the conclusion of this game, we go to open lines. Open lines. First and 10. We got trips right. Man in motion. They're going to run it. Got about 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Ryan Brooks thinks it's going to come down to the 2-point attempt. Is Georgia Tech going to go for 2? It looks like Jamal Haynes is hurting on the sideline. 2nd and 8. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Now do they go for 2? Or do they kick the extra point? It looks like they're kicking the extra point. Georgia Tech will start with the ball in overtime number 2 if they can convert the extra point. (34-34). Now Georgia Tech will have the ball. Matt Baker, wonder why Tech did not go for 2. Jeff Swartz, Georgia Tech should have gone for 2. John Kurtz, go for 2. Jeffrey, fan of Talking ACC Sports, go for 2. Tom Frenelli, go for Dose, 2. Brett McMurphy, what? Kicking the point after touchdown. Pat Forte, goal for 2. Everybody is agreeing with the chat. Everybody is agreeing. We got one little picture here. A beautiful picture. Number 14, number 3, Kerry Brown and Coy Perch. Both true freshman safeties. The Gophers are loaded at safety. If they can keep them. If they can keep them, we shall see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 34-34. Georgia Tech starts with it. We got trips left. Now man in motion. Tight end in motion. Got 3 yards. Nope. Got a little bit more than that. Got a little bit more than that. Second down. It's about 2nd and 6. Never seen people get more excited over a big axe. It's not a big axe. It's Paul Bunyan's axe. Oh, cut back! I think he lost it, but he got it back. Did he fumble that ball? He fumbled it, but got it back. Oh, my goodness. It's at the half-yard line. What a play by the defensive player. The big defensive lineman. What a play. What a play by the defensive player. But Georgia Tech gets it back. 1st and goal. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Wow, was that hustle by the big defensive lineman. Woo! My goodness. Wow. All right. Ryan Brooks says that was, no, you know what? Ryan Brooks says that was the winning 2-point play. If Georgia Tech now, after this, if Georgia scores, kicks the extra point, then they're going to be altering the 2-point plays. But the next time, every time, Haynes King has been faking that pitch and running it. Next time, actually make the pitch. Because I think Georgia's going to be crushing down on you. I think next time you're going to get them. I'm just putting that out there. Wait, what is this? They're doing a 2-point attempt right now. That was an almost disaster. Almost a disaster. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yep, got it. Here we go. That Cash Jones killed the Georgia Tech Rambling Wreck the whole fourth quarter. Wow. Wow, yeah, that second guy that came in on Beck, that should not have been, he should not have come on in. Wow, that was way too easy. I'm afraid this is going to be easy as well. I'm afraid this is going to be easy. Beck rolling out. No good. No good. No good. Now we go into triple overtime. Triple overtime. I think Kirby's smart. I think you already got the call that you needed, okay? I think you already got the call that you needed. And you got to tip the cap to the Georgia Bulldogs because they did not quit. They kept coming. They kept coming. Pretty No Girl, thanks for coming on in. Now it's just the 2-point conversion attempts. Who goes first? Who goes first? I think it's Georgia, correct? But I'm not sure. I think Haynes King is going to do that play where he either pitches it or fakes it. Georgia, here we go. Georgia, 2-point conversion. Carson Beck, shotgun. Humphrey, motion. Settles in the slot position. It's tipped away. A fantastic play by number 5. So if Georgia Tech scores this, they win. Haynes King. Is Haynes King going to keep the football? Wow, what a play, man. Humphreys was open. Is Haynes King going to keep the football? Pitch it, young man! Give it to your running back this time. Don't run it, King. No. Give it up. They're going to crash down on you, King. Give it to Jamal Haynes. Give it to number 11. Give it up. Give this ball up. What do we got going here? What's the flag? Sideline. Kirby Smart. Sit down. Sit down, Kirby. The phones, I promise you, will open up at the conclusion of this game. I promise you. The ref is giving them the business. I understand that. It does not knock Georgia out. It doesn't. But it leaves them pretty vulnerable. If they lose next week, they would be out. What is Haynes King going to do? Roll them out. Jamal Haynes out of the backfield. Jamal Haynes out of the backfield. If Georgia loses this game and wins the SEC championship game, they will make it in as a 3-loss team. If they lose this game and they lose in the SEC championship game, they are not going to go to the playoffs. Dadgummit. They're trying to ice Pflugar. Here we go. "30 straight home wins. Don't keep it. Jamal Haynes out of the backfield. Jamal Haynes out of the backfield. This is number 11. Oh, they got him eye for him. No, they got him split. They covered Jamal Haynes. They covered up number 11. That was good coverage. Good coverage. We are going into fourth overtime. Fourth overtime. Georgia Tech will go first. Richard L. Oh, my reflux. Oh, my reflux.
Oh, my God.
Illini Ted, King must really be hurting because I think him running is their best play. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Go Black 45. Changing ends of the field make no sense. It just means more overtimes. I am absolutely exhausted. And this is Friday. This is not even Saturday. Here we go. Fourth overtime. The ball has to be in Haynes King's hands here or Jamal Haynes. Man in motion. King back to pass. Not even close. We do have a flag. No good. Good coverage by Georgia. Georgia can win this game. Georgia can escape in Athens, Georgia. Win this game, go into the SEC championship game no matter what. Georgia, with an unbelievable comeback, they can seal it up right here to beat their rival Georgia Tech. 2 men up, no man in motion. Delp is on the left. Delp is on the left, bottom left. There's coverage. There's a flag. Beck did not make it. There's a flag on the field. Holding Georgia declined. We're going to 5 overtimes. Georgia will start it in the 5th overtime. If they get it, they put all the pressure on Georgia Tech. 5th overtime. Here we go. Empty backfield. They got quads right. Empty backfield. Carson Beck's going to run this ball. No. It's good. The 2-point conversion's good. Georgia is 1 stop away from escaping. Brent Pry, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Head coach Key. Brent Key is just dying inside. Here we go. Here we go. Georgia Tech's going to try to tie this up. Will Georgia Tech finally run the ball here with the 2-point conversion? It's a tough sledding. Tough sledding. Here we go. For the win, Georgia. For the win, Georgia. Oh, he was wide open. Conversion's good. Wide open. Rutherford. I think that's Rutherford. I don't know who that is. We're going into 6 overtime. Now Georgia Tech goes first. That guy got wide open. A drag route. Again, they covered Jamal Haynes. They're watching Jamal Haynes. Oh, he was wide open. No pick play. No nothing. No pick play. Now what do you run, Georgia Tech? 6 overtime. Woo! We will open up the phone lines right after the conclusion of the game. We've been on the air for 1 hour. Over an hour. And I thought we would have about an hour worth of phone calls. I did not believe that we'd be still watching a football game an hour after we started this live show. You never know what's going to happen in college football. Here we go. Haynes King, Jamal Haynes. What are they going to run here? 6 overtime. Tight end in motion. Georgia calls a timeout. Their final timeout. Brent Key is talking to the referee. Coach Key has done a remarkable job at Georgia Tech. They have played some really competitive football. They started the season defeating the Seminoles in Dublin, Ireland. Jimmy, so you open up the phone lines 5 minutes before the start of big noon. Saturday, Haynes King. Tight end in motion again. Sack! Jackson again! He turned the game in regulation. He was the guy who caused the fumble. Now is he the guy who caused Georgia's victory in overtime? Jackson did it again. Wow. Georgia for the victory. Georgia for the victory. They're huddling. They are huddling. 6 overtime. This is for the win. Carson Beck. Watch Cash Jones. 32. A drop pass. Again. Oh, it was tipped. It was tipped. It was tipped. You can't blame number 11 on that. It was supposed to go to the first guy. It was over the head. Bad pass. Not on Smith. Not on Smith. Now Georgia was started. We are in the 7th overtime. The 7th overtime. Not a drop. 7th overtime. Brent Key is screaming at Georgia. Brent Key is screaming at Georgia. I think he is. I'm going to go ahead and say he is doing that. He's telling Kirby Smart to get off the field. Get off the field, Smart. Just short. He did not make it. Jamie, I'm telling you, Georgia won't drop outside the top 12 now. It really doesn't matter, because if Georgia loses this game, and if they lose the SEC championship game, they're not going to make it. So it doesn't even matter where Georgia is. If they lose this game, it don't matter where Georgia is. Because if they win the SEC, they're in. If they lose the SEC, they're out. If they lose this game. 42-42. Georgia Tech is going for the win. Do they have a play call? Can they put it in? Georgia is all confused. They don't, or they do have a timeout. It doesn't matter. Georgia Tech is not going to make the playoffs. I don't think. No, they're not going to make the playoffs. They have good wins. They also have not so good losses. 8-4 Georgia Tech, not going to make the playoffs. Just run the quarterback. Go Black 45. Just run the QB. This is for the win. 7th overtime. A classic. Georgia Tech, Georgia Classic. The 2-point attempt. Oh, they're running the trick play. They're running the old trick play. Nobody open. But they got the flag. They got the flag. Now, do you run the ball? Now, do you run the ball? I say run it. And I say Haynes King keeps it. Let Georgia stop your best football player, kind of. In this situation, he is. Haynes King has got to keep it here. Haynes King has got to keep it. That Kirby Smart. Keep it, Haynes King. No, not even close. Not even close. Too much penetration on the right side. Number 3 just walked in there. Fickle has one more year to turn things around. Yeah. And I'm surprised I'm saying that. Because I thought Fickle was going to be there a long time. Now they do have the big... They have the big recruit, Carter Smith, quarterback, decommitted from Michigan because Michigan was bringing on Underwood. So the question is, does Luke Fickell just give the reins to a true freshman in a year in which Fickell might have to win 7 games to keep his job? Do they give the reins to Carter Smith like Nebraska gave it to Dylan Raiola? Or do they bring back Tyler Van Dyke off an injury? Okay. Charles M says Curtis Smith is going to A&M. Here we go. Georgia Tech to take the lead. This is not for the win. To take the lead. boy, they are getting to Haynes King, man. And again, these should be design rollouts. They have not run a design rollout for Haynes King. He's just running for his life. If you roll out Haynes King, that inside blitz, you become vulnerable. Georgia for the win. To escape, and we're going to open up the phone lines here. We're opening up the phone lines for the win. Georgia. Beck. There it is. Georgia has won. We are opening up the phone lines. 763-260-133337. I don't know what the number is anymore. 763-260-1333. A remarkable game. A remarkable game.
From
BJ.
BJ, the floor is yours. We're going to keep the calls short, guys. Keeping them short. 4 or 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Hey, great game. It was an amazing game. People were saying Georgia Tech should have went for 2 after
Yeah.
after I think it was the first overtime. I don't remember. I think going for 1 was the play because the Georgia offense is by far the weaker link. Even though Georgia defense was kind of shifty today, I think you put the pressure on the Georgia offense to execute and not the Georgia defense. And you're not expected to play. You're not expected to win Georgia Tech, right? So put the pressure on Georgia's offense to win. Great game, and I'll just say this, and I'll get off this phone. I know these coaches are smart. They know ball. There seems to be anxiety performance with these coaches and their play calling. They just completely abandoned the run. Both teams completely abandoned the run, and I think it made it difficult for the quarterback to throw the ball because there was no protecting the run. But anyway, great game. See you guys tomorrow.
You got it. Appreciate it. Thanks. Great call, sir. Phone lines open. 763-260-133. I do think Georgia Tech should have had some they should have rolled Haynes King out. Georgia was gambling. They were sending the inside blitz with their safeties, and they never ran a designed rollout. But again, Haynes King is hurting, so I don't know how much that has to do with that. Wow. I tell you what, I don't see Georgia winning it all.
from
Mullen.
Mr. Buckeye, the floor is yours.
I just want to say one thing, Greg. The officiating was some of the finest officiating I've seen since I watched it in the WWF at WrestleMania.
Yes.
About the same caliber of refereeing there. Listen, the refs gave 14 points to Georgia. That PI call, I've had more aggressive farts than that was a bad thing. The fumble recovery, it was fumbled because he was targeted. We need to do something about the officiating in college football.
Yeah.
We can't have conference officials calling games anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's an SEC crew. They're going out there. They're going to do what's best for the SEC team. And you're not convincing me otherwise when they throw a flag on that PI that wasn't a PI.
Yeah, that was really good coverage, I thought. But, yeah.
Or they look away when there's targeting on the quarterback for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Or the multiple missed holds that I'm sitting here screaming of. I don't have 20/20 vision or anything, but
Yeah.
boy, I could see that call from all the way in Ohio. So
Yeah.
I don't know, Greg. It's frustrating. Georgia Tech shouldn't have put themselves in that position, but
yeah.
to see the officials bail Georgia out is just ludicrous.
I think George is in trouble though. They're gonna be. I don't know. I don't think. I predicted Georgia to win it all at the start of the season. I'm not sure how much Georgia is a contender right now. To be honest with you, to win this thing. Their wide receivers have been not good this year. Anyways, what are your thoughts on Georgia actually winning the national championship this year?
Yeah, Georgia. I don't think Georgia has a shot at it, but
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to see if they get their officials in the college football playoffs. As I said earlier, and I'll wrap this up here, Greg, the refs remain undefeated yet again.
Yep, and you got your big game, the game, Buckeyes, Wolverines. So you better get to sleep, young man, because you got the game. Beat Michigan, and hopefully they don't have Michigan jump over the Gophers after you put them away. They probably will, but hopefully not.
Yep, Greg, all I want for Christmas is a win against that team up north. So.
Got it. All right, sir. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Phone lines are open. 763-260-133. The title of this show was Greg Sankey's Nightmare Has Come True. No, has come to life. The SEC's dominance does not exist in 2024. I still think the title of the show is accurate.
Call from
Immaculate.
Mr. Hawkeye, the floor is yours.
Well, good for GT. Everybody knows their name now. But damn.
Yeah.
This is a textbook case of a team who's playing to win at the start, free and loose and fast. All of a sudden is winning and goes into halftime and realizes like they're in this game with Georgia and they're winning and they just completely change.
Yeah.
But the post was like, I was hoping that they didn't fall in that trap, and that's absolutely what they fell into. And valiant effort. I mean, who thought that this was gonna happen in this game? I mean, I think most people thought that Georgia would have run right over them, and that would be it. And not even a game to watch, and it became one of the best games of the season. Maybe the best game when we look back at it. So, congratulations to them. As far as the Iowa game, Greg, I didn't sweat a bit. 2023 was great preparation for that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Four-string quarterback. There was like no expectations going in. Whatever. Defense is playing good. Okay, we'll hang in there. We'll see what happens. Exact same finish.
Yeah, I thought the play of the game when number 18 in Nebraska, when the ball went through his hands, it was about at the Iowa's 35-yard line. He would have probably gotten at least 15 more yards. Do you remember that play?
Not really. And
okay.
I might have even missed it. I was going back and forth.
Yeah, so was I. Dylan Raiola threw a beautiful pass, went right through number 18's hands. And I was like, oh, boy. And Dylan Raiola was shaking his head and was like, oh. Yeah, so the Hot Guys are probably going to, Citrus Bowl, I guess?
As long as in Florida, their fans will be relatively happy. There's the fans that want Ferentz' head, and then there's like the majority that are like, oh, we're going to Florida this year? Great. Sounds awesome. Love the weather. Going to the beach. Like that's the majority of Iowa fans. They'll be happy.
Yeah.
There is some drama. Now, what did you say you saw about
Jack Higgins? I saw where he was doing he was being interviewed after the end of the game, and all I saw was the heading, something like, Matt Rule did something that Higgins have never seen before, and the captains didn't even shake hands. And I don't know. So do you know anything? What did something happen? Pre-game, post-game?
Yeah. Nebraska decided that they wanted to walk to the center of the field and have a meeting right on the Hawk.
Oh,
right on the Tiger Hawk, right in the center. And Iowa had the law enforcement officers that are there, and paid to be security, went out and stopped them. Stopped them right at the edge of it. 6 of them stopped the whole team. And there was just a lot of griping and whining and bitching about it.
Yeah.
People can think but it's like the rivalry game, their stadium, and they don't want you having a meeting on the center of their field right on the thing. If you don't feel that same way about the giant N in the center of your field when we come there, that's on you. But so they were mad about that, and it's probably tied to that they were just screw those guys for doing that, because had 6 law officers come up and tell them that they're not allowed to do that. So, but also, I don't know if you heard or not, and I'll say this and I'm out of here, but Cade McNamara was not acknowledged at Senior Day.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean?
Well, it certainly shows that he wasn't that great of a leader, right?
Yeah.
And we know who was saying, when he was playing terrible and, you don't see his leadership skills off the field. Well, a lot's been said, and that's kind of why I wasn't too worried about the game, because the real story was off the field. And so we got the win, and that's great for the team, but it doesn't change. Actually, the more important stuff off the field is that, he's either coming back again, or things are just really bad between him and the team.
Yeah.
And I'm a little biased in the argument, but I actually think that's not in favor of Ferentz. Because we saw what he had to do in mid-season to kind of, set up for the situation. If there's an administration that wants a certain result, they're going to look for excuses and reasons to do that. And we already know they do not have all that much reticence to fire interference. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. At the end of the day, it's 8-4. You're going to a bowl. Is that a fireable offense at Iowa if your last name is Ferentz? Probably not.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. But that's kind of what was going on with that. There was a little squabble at the pregame stuff. So
yeah. All right, man. Appreciate the call, sir.
Good talking to you.
Talk
to you later.
Tomorrow. Beautiful. Jamie Thornton. Now I agree with this, Jamie. This is the excuse me. This has become really the chaos scenario in a different kind of its own different lane. If Texas A&M beats Texas and then beats Georgia next week, both A&M and I believe Texas is also in. I think. So A&M in. Georgia's probably going to be in. If Tennessee. So the thing is, if you're looking at 4 Big Ten teams, and I think we can agree they're probably all in. I mean, if Penn State wins, if they beat Maryland, they're going to beat Maryland. Indiana, Purdue, they're going to win. If it's 4 Big Ten teams, okay? And then if Notre Dame wins, that's 5. A G5 school, that's 6. You got a Big 12 champion, that is 7. You got an ACC champion, that is 8. Now you're getting to where, is it going to be 4 SEC teams or is it going to be 3 SEC teams in the loser of Miami and SMU? This is where it's all going to get real tight. If Miami defeats the Orange, if SMU wins, if everybody wins out. Because Texas A&M beating Texas is a nightmare scenario, not for the SEC, but for the college football committee. We're going to have controversy, man, if that happens. If A&M beats Texas. And then if A&M beats Georgia. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Possibly the I'm not sure if that look, Miami's number what? What are they? Number 5 now? What is Miami? Not necessarily. I don't think it's automatic that the SEC would get 4 in that. But, geez. It's going to be. Tennessee can't be left out. And the 2 loss, I would kind of agree. And you would not be able to take out Texas A&M because in that scenario, they're the SEC champion. You know what? We got so many. We are going to be on the lot. We're going to be live tomorrow starting 4 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock Central time. Join us. We'll watch the games together. We'll talk about what happened in the noon Eastern games. We'll be talking chaos. We'll be talking about what we all think is going to happen in the conference championship games. Come join us tomorrow. I appreciate you all joining us for this post game. We're going to close it down because I don't have a voice. My voice is gone. I need it tomorrow. But if Texas A&M, if they win 2 in a row, I don't think they're going to do it. But if they do, woo! And then don't forget Clemson and South Carolina. USC, I believe that the Trojans are going to give the Irish a game. We still got a lot to play for here. Join us tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Until then, from all of us at College Football's Peak Around the Corner to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.